Hi guys. I shot this video right after we got done with the Chennai Marathon, and for those who don't know who Krishna is, apart from being an individual who has a day job like most of us, he's also a certified nutritionist and a running coach. He's responsible for training me for the Chennai and the Mumbai Half Marathon, and he put some structure to my training schedule, which I think really benefited me. When you hear him speak, you'll understand how passionate he is about running. And he went through a transformation a few years ago, which I think is really inspiring. And I thought it'd be great for him to share his story with you guys and also give some advice to people who want to start off. Also, if you're looking at taking your training to the next level, or even start but have some structure to your training schedule, I really recommend you get in touch with Krishna. I'll leave his contact details below, and I hope you enjoy this conversation. I wanna ask you about your journey. Like you told me earlier that you started running 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years ago, yeah.
Three years ago. First of all, what made you take up running? I mean, it's a mind-blowing transformation. First of all, like when you actually see your before and after right now, it's insane. It's super inspiring for people like me. But like, what made you pick up running, and like how did the journey start?
I used to travel a lot as part of my work. Travel to some really good places. So to have a gym everywhere is almost impossible. And how it really started was actually I was in France, and a bunch of my colleagues, they kind of signed up for this corporate challenge, and they didn't even ask me. They put my name inside, and it's the JP Morgan Chase corporate challenge. I think it was way back in 2014. And forget running, I was not even walking back then, right? So I mean, they signed up, and just on the day of the race, they came and told me that, you got to come with us and you have to run this. I'm like, run what? This is JP Morgan Chase, we're doing as a corporate challenge stuff. So I was like, okay, what's the big deal? I did everything wrong, For example, I ate a lot before the run. I drank one full bottle of Gatorade. I had one full packet of cookies, thinking all of this will make me run faster. But the truth is, after the 100 meters, I couldn't run. So I walked the whole 5.2 kilometers. I literally walked it, just walked, fast walking. And it happened, it didn't happen in France, it happened in Frankfurt, Germany. And Frankfurt is all uphill and downhill. It's not a flat course at all. So it was as if running wasn't, enough. Now they have interesting inclines. So it was difficult, but when I finished it, it felt really good. And more than that, I think it just goes out to say that how the running community actually can help you to become a runner. Because all those guys, when I finished it, they made me look like a superstar. As if I'd done something so awesome. I'm probably the last one to finish in the whole group. But they were really encouraging. And when I came back home, how I felt when I finished it, that kind of stuck onto my head, and I wanted to do something about it. And with all the travel that I had in my life, the easiest thing to do was to just buy a pair of running shoes and run wherever I can. So wherever I went, I used to travel a lot in Asia. It's different places, so it's always interesting when you run, because you see new people, you make new friends and stuff like that. That's how it started. And back then I used to weigh about 124 kilos, which is which is quite a lot for anyone. And I thought, okay, probably having something really active will definitely help. What started as something that I want to do for, keeping myself active, eventually became an addiction. And a good form of addiction that I really don't complain about anymore. So it started like that somewhere in the middle of 2015. I became very consistent. What I mean by that is, I used to do at least 3 runs a week, which I think is a very good, a starter's program for anyone who's getting into running. Try to aim to run three times a week, and I became consistent. And then I started slowly pushing myself in from 5K to 10K, and then from 10K to 12K. Interestingly, all of these long races that I've done, the first ones, it's never really like a race as such. I will just pick a Sunday and I will just run. I still remember my first 10K. I just ran from my apartment to my folks' place, and that's about 10.1 kilometers. I just want to see if I can actually do it. I mean, I got shafted pretty badly everywhere when I did that, but it was fun. Then I actually signed up for a race and I actually did the 10K. So eventually it started like that. Also, when I started running more, I started really meeting awesome people. Again, I can keep talking about this whole running community because it's just a fascinating thing. They're always supportive, always encouraging, always giving you ideas, and trying to correct you, or trying to tell you better ways of doing things and stuff like that. So I met a lot of people who made me better runners, and there is a gentleman named Krishna Kumar Raman who was my boss in the year 2013, 2014, one of my previous jobs. He's an avid runner. He's a solid runner, and he kind of pushed me really to join him on some of his runs, do whatever pace that he's trying to do. And I used to kill myself right behind him, and I'll be like cursing the crap out of him, like, what is this guy doing to me? But now I'm pretty thankful that he did that. Running is a lonely sport, but it's kind of a team sport. A lot of people really help you to become a better runner. So that's how my journey started, and right now I'm at a good place where I'm very happy about what I do with my running. I help people. I became a certified coach eventually, both in the nutrition side of the house and also on the running side of the house. I work with people, which gives me so much joy.
And how many races have you taken part in? How many marathons have you run?
Full marathons is about 3 of it, including one of the world majors in Berlin.
Yeah, let's show them. Let's show them.
Oh yeah, sure. This is pretty much like half of my stuff, and the other half is inside a box. But yeah, this is Berlin. Something that I'm really proud of. I worked like almost 1.5 years for it, and some of the other races. This is my actual first half marathon that I did, but it's a virtual one. It's organized by I think Atlanta something. So I just signed it up online, and then I did it and actually sent a medal for it. This is actually my first race ever. Metro Marathon 2016. If this happens again, I will never run because they never had a hydration point at all. It was my 5K. I even have my time here. See, it says 41:30. That was my time for my first 5K.
Oh,
and
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is my first 10K over here. This is Chennai Marathon back in 2016. And then it goes on. Yeah.
If there was one piece of advice that you would want to give to someone who wants to start running in life, be it for weight loss or just like being active, like you wanted to just be active, what would that be?
Interesting. I mean, all these are basically suggestions. The first thing that you need to really develop, even before starting to run, is the idea of being patient, because transformation really takes time. If you've accumulated 30 kilos in your body in 3 years, don't expect that to go away in like 3 months. It's just not possible. And you just got to be patient. And especially when it comes to running, be really patient. Take it really slow. You don't have to race and become, too fast too soon, because you will eventually burn too quickly. So a gradual increase is always pretty good. And look up to people, look up to all these elite athletes, because the whole running community, again, whether it's an elite athlete or whether it's someone who's just starting his race, they all have the same wavelength, in terms of, the approach that you need to take when you get into running. Some of them are like pretty common. For example, someone who's starting to run They have to be patient, really extremely, take it really slow, and then gradually build the pace. An elite runner will probably do exactly the same if he wants to improve his pace. It's years of hard work. Your body just needs time to adapt. So my only piece of suggestion is just don't give up too quickly. This takes time. If you trust the process, I think you will really see results. There is just no two ways about it. Running is the best metaphor for life. What you put in is what you really get out. That's pretty much it.